Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast, and today is the day after the Robotaxi launch. Now, maybe you've been underneath a rock for the past 24 hours. I'm not sure. Maybe you've been under a rock for the past month. The Robotaxi was supposed to start earlier this month. It got delayed a little bit. Some of it was for state laws and licensure and getting that approved. They also wanted to map out and have a geofenced area just to kind of protect everyone with this new endeavor. So there's a couple stalls, but it launched yesterday. There were a handful, and I mean a handful of people invited. These are the big Tesla guys on X. Since my platform is video, it's YouTube, I didn't get the real big invite, so to speak. I got the real big, maybe next time, Mark. So, from what I heard from the guys who got invited, a few things. Number one is the media was there and they were trying to get quotes from all the different people. And all these influencers said, we're not giving you comments. You can go to X, you can retweet or repost our comments from there. But basically, we are the media now. Okay, it is no longer Reuters or AP reporting on the Robotaxi event. It is the users, and yesterday was the influencers. And a couple great things that happened from this. So you got to stay tuned to this episode, the whole thing. It's really, really awesome. So one of the big things that happened, a bunch of people like Farzad and some others went on these trips. The price of this trip, $4.20, $4.20. Now, obviously that's Elon's inside joke, but the price can't be beat considering the same Waymo trip probably would have cost $20, $30, okay? So that was really cool. Plus, at the end of your trip, you can leave a tip. And when you go to leave the tip, it says, just kidding, there's no driver. You're not gonna leave a tip for anyone. Imagine that. Imagine instead of using Uber or Lyft where you're giving these guys 20% each time, you didn't have to leave a tip. Pretty effing amazing, I'd say. Now, another thing that was just huge about this whole day event is that there was no user intervention out of all the rides. All the rides went flawlessly from origin to destination, A to B. It was all flawless, which was great. It was all monitored in real time in Austin at the center. Bunch of guys just looking at everything, making sure everything's okay. Everything was just totally awesome. People were watching them go by. They were taking pictures. They were taking video. Everyone was excited about this event. It went over amazingly. I mean, honestly, the media couldn't report anything bad about it. They hated that because, you know, the media, right? If it bleeds, it leads. Well, guess what? Nothing bled, okay? This is great. This was just an awesome experience. Now, what did that do for Tesla? Well, I'm recording this on Monday, obviously, the day after the Robotaxi event. As you know, I do some trading in options and shares. And this morning, a few minutes before the bell with a group I'm with, it's a small, tight group. You're not invited. This is not tax or investing information or advice. I said, you know, watch Tesla today. Watch Tesla at the bell. Watch Tesla at the bell. And you couldn't get in fast enough. Everyone had their orders lined up at the bell with options. And they probably overpaid initially because they knew it was going to run. If you saw the 1 minute candles from Tesla, there was no way you were getting in unless you had something like an account with a brokerage like Lightspeed or some others that can get you in that quick and obviously pay a premium for. But for the lay person, trader and investor, you weren't going to get in. Now, for those of you, I've got some friends who were holding some shares who were looking for a nice pop. They got it. They got more than a nice pop. At the peak of the day, Tesla, I think, went up well over $30 a share, okay, which is almost 10%. It was 9 point something percent, almost 10% in the day. And for a stock to go up that much, not on earnings, like an earnings call, quarterly or year end, is truly amazing. Now, granted, it went up on news. This is huge news, okay? Because everything I just told you went out everywhere. Went out on social media. It wasn't in headlines on anything like CNN or Fox because it didn't bleed, so it didn't lead, right? It was all good news. But the investors, they know. They saw what happened. They heard what happened. In the pre-market, it was up a little bit. There was definitely some movement. But it's really the retail investors that at the bell jumped in there with options, probably overpaid because of the high gamma. If you don't know what options are, the Greeks or something, there's gamma, there's theta, there's delta. Some of it's decay, some of it's acceleration, some of it's time loss. This isn't a course on day trading with options. But basically, some of these guys overpaid to get in. And if the stock only goes up a couple bucks, you don't really make any money. But if it goes up 30 bucks, you made money because it went up and it kind of stalled for a little bit. And when it stalled, I said to my friend, I'm like, if you're gonna get in, now's the time to get in because I think it's gonna run again. 3 minutes later, boom, it went up again. So I think what happened was people came in, made their profits, got out, got in again, and it went up. And then if you look at the rest of the day, it was kind of like an up and down, which most stocks do. They go up and down. Stocks don't ever move diagonally, right? They just move willy-nilly up and down, up and down, up and down until they finally get there. But it went up more than it went down. It was a great day for Tesla stockholders, the Tesla company, the Tesla employees, Elon. This is what we've been waiting for like 5 years, 6 years, okay? Full autonomous driving, no LiDAR, strictly camera-based. Now it was geo-fenced, and yes, they did pre-map the areas, but again, there's some legislation in Texas that won't get, I think, approved or whatever till September. So there are some things that have to happen for Tesla to really kind of get outside this walled garden, so to speak. And that's more of a legislative, legal thing that Governor Abbott, I think, in the legislature there had some concerns about. But everything went well. If it didn't, you know that stock was going to go down really, really fast. But it was flawless. And look, you guys know, you're using FSD, no problems. Now, if you looked on any of the Facebook groups or on X, there's a lot of talk about it. Now, there are rumors that there is a hardware 5 need and push coming out to really get full unsupervised driving coming out. Cybertruck owners were hardware 4. My wife's hardware 3, okay? Will there be some kind of upgrade path? We don't know, okay? But they're saying for full unsupervised driving, you may have to go to hardware 5. We'll see. Also, I believe Tesla, the rumor has it, Tesla was using a different stack, a different tech stack for this, for the Robotaxis. A different version and build was used. Again, they mapped everything out ahead of time, right? And also too, they're in a walled garden. So they've got this set up. I didn't see the app, but the app could use some improvements, but it's pretty easy to navigate. You put in your address. They charge you $420. Sawyer Merritt, I think I saw him. I think he did like 8 trips. He did 420, all deducted from his bank account. It's pretty funny. But this was definitely a day for stockholders to rejoice. If you're a trader and you got in, if you were smart enough to buy positions on Friday and cross your fingers and hold through today, you made money. And today in general was a concern because what happened over the weekend, right? Over the weekend, you had the US dropped a bunch of bombs on Iran, okay? Whenever there's war like that, the market usually responds negatively, goes down. Everyone thought today was going to be a red day and go down, but no, there were several stocks that just went ballistic. Netflix went through the roof. Circle went through the roof. Nvidia had a good day. Tesla went gangbusters. Apple didn't do so bad. But those are the key stocks. Microsoft had an all-time high. It was up at, what, 480 something? It was incredible. Microsoft is funny because it just slowly creeped. And it went up to an all-time high. It was amazing. So the market didn't care about what happened in Iran. And because my wife and I both have Teslas, we don't care about gas prices because we don't buy gas. We plug her in, right? So it was a win-win day for us. I'm just so excited for Elon's team, the Robotaxi folks, the FSD folks, to really just knock it out of the park, because it could have went so bad. It could have brought this stock down below 300 or lower. And this was just awesome. It was just an awesome run. Definitely something that we hoped for, we kind of expected, but we didn't want to push it. Maybe you go up $10, maybe 15. It went up over $30, folks. That is insane. Over 9%. Gosh. Anyway, so a couple of takeaways again is no driver interventions, $4.20 rides, no tip required. The press was, the mainstream media, nothing. They are nothing. We are the mainstream media now. So we reported on it all. And the stock price reflected it. So I'm interested to see, there are some people that think Tesla's going to push even harder through this week. Again, not tax or investing information or advice. I'm holding positions in the long, my wife is too. We're big Tesla advocates. But this thing going to close to 400 by weekend is possible. Today was pretty favorable, and look what happened over the weekend. It's just amazing news. So folks, hold on to your Tesla stock. This thing's going through the roof, and then when Optimus comes out, it's going to go up even further. And I got nothing else. This is just me gonna be repeating myself. So without further ado, folks, what I want you to do is tell some of your friends with Cybertrucks or Teslas about this channel, okay? We're trying to grow it. We're doing a couple things with promotions to get it up and running. Also too, if you live within like an hour of North Myrtle Beach, put in the comments, reach out to me. I want to hear from you. Folks, as always, at the end of every video, what do I ask you to do? Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you again tomorrow.